Hello, everybody. It is Thursday, June 22nd. This is the second last update. You know what? This might be the last update for June because next Thursday we're on a flight to Toronto to visit our daughter out there. So this might be it for June, and then we'll come back and after the Canada Day weekend and give you the June update. But welcome in any case, and this is another Calgary real estate show. Natalie is with us. Jaden's with us. Jaden, how are you? I know how Natalie is. I mean, she could tell people.
Yeah,
I'm fine.
Yeah. Well, you look great, right?
Oh, thanks. I'm alive.
Life is good here. This is, I think as many of you know, I live on a farm, so the rain was so well needed. I'm very, very happy to have it. But boy, does it feel good to have the sun shining down on us today.
Yeah,
gorgeous
it sure
day
does.
today.
Yeah, rain was well needed, and we had a super fun week already. We participated in the Cerebral Palsy Golf Without Limits golf tournament on Monday. And when I say we, I mean me. And I did put a toque on for the back nine, and I'm not afraid to admit it. And it was awesome. It was really fun, and lots of funds raised for cerebral palsy. And they actually do, it's more disability, like it's Cerebral Palsy Foundation and disability. So they're actually helping people with disabilities. It's not just cerebral palsy. So I should post, when I find it here, I'll post the link in the comments. So if you want to check them out and see if there's ways that you can help them out, obviously, and we'll get into the stats here in a second, but this is important stuff. So you see their bins all over the place.
Yes.
Where you can donate clothes. So do that, right? You know, we all are purging in spring, and I know Natalie and I have been purging, and it's a great cause to obviously donate to. And so that was our week so far. We had our business networking meeting last night, but let's get to the stats now and show you what is going on. So very similar week to the last 5. 287 new detached listings, 359 sold, so up a little from last week. Our sales to new listing ratio jumped up again to 125%. Pendings up to 317 in this past 7 days for detached. 126 price reductions. That continues to creep, slightly. But, that's the reality of this market. I was telling somebody this week, it's like, well, what's the market like? Well, if you're a seller, you'll sell your home as long as it's not overpriced. People are still not idiots,
Yep.
You still got to be priced well. So then we go down to back on market. Back on market means people, sellers that had a conditional sale, and for whatever reason that fell apart, might be due to financing or home inspection or a condo doc review. If it was a condo, so that bumped up a little bit, but it's kind of been in that 30, 40, 50 all month, last 5 weeks. Days on market, which Natalie will get into on the next slide. Active detached, just, we're seeing a creep, right? Like 5 weeks ago is 1102, and now we're up to just under 1200 there at 1190. And our total actives at 2562. And again, that's a pretty good bump up from about 200 up from 5 weeks ago. Yeah. Over to you.
All right. In the real estate time machine. Okay, so total sales are up from last year. We had 697 last year, 736 this week. New listings are up 1.56% for this week, up to 911. Active listings are still down 35 or 36.5% basically, from 54.46 last year to 34.63 this year. And our days on market are at 23 compared to 29 last year. So that's still a pretty big jump, I think.
Yeah, big drop.
A drop.
And I mean, sales are actually up. New listings slightly up. Let's just call it, that's within the statistical, what do they call it? The statistical margin
of error.
Yeah. I mean, I know it's not a margin of error. These are exact numbers, but let's call it flat to last year. But I mean, the active listings are still the story. And I was actually looking at the, Calgary Real Estate Board, where we pulled this stat from further up on that page. They kind of show year to date, things like that. So we're definitely down in sales, but we're, the overall story is still down in overall listings. Thanks, Natalie. Over to you, Jaden.
Yeah, so you want to talk about creep. Interest rates have also been creeping up. Really interesting things going on in the background in terms of just the way that Jerome Powell in the United States and Tiff Macklem here in Canada speak. and how that's impacted the bond market, right? So, we had of course, our interest rate rise a couple of weeks ago. The United States held flat, but then the rhetoric behind that is, well, it's conditional pause. Very likely we're going to be rising again, and the bond market in the background went crazy. So we're seeing, like that 504 and a 5-year fixed. That's one, maybe two lenders are at that right now. Most everybody else is at a 519. Same thing on all of those rates on the fixed rate. Those are best on market right now. Some lenders that are kind of holding on. A lot of lenders have gone past that by between 0.15 and 0.25% up from what you're seeing right now. And the bond market continues to go up. We saw it. We're seeing it in the background from yesterday to today. It has gone up significantly. And so it'll be interesting to see over the next week or the next 2 weeks, I guess, because I will also be away. So that was very convenient for me that I didn't have to ask Anita to cover me. But the fix continues to rise up. My feeling is that we're kind of on that time where things are so uncertain that we're going to see a lot of fluctuation like that before hopefully in 2024 we see things start coming back down to what I would consider normal. But yeah, that's where we're at for this week. Really continue to be strong on the 1 or 2 year fixed or the 5-year variable for people who are locking themselves in. So
all right. Oh, Jaden froze.
He's frozen.
He is frozen.
All right. Should I move on?
Let's move on. If he has some final thoughts on that, we'll go back to that. But we're upcycling furniture this week, and as always, Natalie with the epic photo.
I know.
To start it all off. I don't think there's any upcycling you can do with this thing.
No, I would say not. That's a little grungy, but who knows? You can be surprised. So I've decided to do this because we have a client who is the queen of upcycling furniture. She finds amazing pieces for minuscule amounts of money or free, and then paints them and refinishes them and does all that. So I just sort of thought this is a good thing. Plus, it's also garage sale season. We're officially in summer. So
yeah,
this is converting a dresser into a kitchen island. I thought this was sort of a cool idea. This is actually a Hemnes IKEA cabinet that they just put those big pulls on, the leather pulls. They put casters on the feet and then just added the extra hanging spots on the side. So it makes it a really functional piece. The next one is creating a console table out of shutters. I thought this was sort of cool. And they basically just took fiberboard and built the box, got some legs on the bottom and put the top on and painted it all out. But the whole side, these two sides, or the front and the two sides are all just the shutters. It's a really cool little idea.
That's very cool.
Yeah. This one is converting pallets into a coffee table. And I have seen this before. It's sort of a neat idea. Again, they put these on casters and just painted it. It's a very, very simple fix for, for an outdoor space. It's sort of a cool idea. This one is converting a dresser into a desk. So again, this is one of those really inexpensive IKEA raw dressers. And all they did, they put a beautiful little stain on it, like a walnut stain on it, and then just put a tabletop on it across the top. So it's a neat idea. And lastly is converting a dresser into a vanity. And I have seen these in several houses and they're quite beautiful. One girl I know got an old, like a 1910 dresser that she got for free from a yard sale. She refinished it, put this beautiful marble top on it, and boom, you've got a vanity. And that's all I've got for this week. Hello, Jaden. You're back.
He's back.
I'm back. The flicker on the power there. It looks like I missed some good stuff from you today, Natalie.
I know. You'll have to go back and watch.
You'll have to go back and watch it. Yeah. All right. So we're third week of June here. So a lot of these events have already happened. There's a couple of night markets happening. There is, and I'm trying to read it again, but the top one on the left is, so that's happening on Tuesday. And then there's a couple other night markets happening. So that is about it. Jaden, you kind of came in right for the end, but did you have any final thoughts as we wrap things up this week? I know you were talking about normalizing in 2024, hopefully.
Yeah, and that's the hope. And I guess what I was going to come in with is that, the people that are making a buying decision right now, what the interest rates are. The people who are making a renewal decision right now, that's where I really have a lot of sympathy, and I think we really need to be having in-depth conversations about what the strategy is going forward. So,
Yeah.
of course, always happy to work with buyers, but if you're in the market right now, because you're renewing anytime between now and about October 20th, we can put you into right now. Really great time to be having a conversation about strategy going forward, about how to minimize my loss going from maybe that 2.5 to 3.5% mortgage is somewhere closer to 5.25. So happy to have those conversations. I think it's really important, whether you're talking to your banker or a broker, to be having in-depth conversations and not just be looking at the 5-year fixed.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, good stuff, everybody. So we'll take next week off, and then we will be back in July. July.
And I want to wish everyone a happy early Canada Day.
Yes. Happy early Canada
next
Day.
Weekend.
Yeah. Enjoy. That's next weekend already. That's crazy.
Wow.
I know.
Yeah. But we will post, as we do when we don't have a live video, we will post the stats just so you understand what's going on. And then we'll wrap up June when we're back in July. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks.